Assisted reproduction is really changing how we define families these days. And when it comes to divorce, the issue of what to do with frozen embryos that the couple has created is one of the most hotly, if not the most hotly, debated issue, and certainly very painful. I'm Catherine Miller, and I've been a divorce attorney in New York City and New York State for over 30 years. And when I first became a lawyer, this was just not a thing. Maybe there was sperm donation and children were created with sperm donation, but these days with the technology that's available, the idea of creating embryos that a couple freezes early on before they're ready to have children, maybe because one of them is facing chemotherapy or needs to have a hysterectomy or other reasons, these embryos are frozen for later use. And if the couple then later divorces, what's to happen to those embryos? Well, it's interesting. Actually, there is something called a disposition agreement that the couple signs at the time that the embryos are created and frozen that says what will happen to those embryos in the event of a divorce. But the disposition agreement isn't always final. In New York, however, if there's another agreement signed, and there's a lot of things going on out there today, but if there is another agreement signed, it can actually don't create ownership of those embryos in one person and change what would normally be what we would consider be a genetic link that creates the family. It's a really interesting thing. And if you're interested in learning more about it, I would suggest that you subscribe to my podcast, Divorce Dialogues. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts, but also on the podcast website, Divorce Dialogue, where we talk about assisted reproduction, frozen embryos, and a myriad of other issues involving divorce that you might really find interesting. Thanks for listening.